Hey everybody, and welcome to RetroActive's Corner. Finally, after a good long several months, we finally get a chance to do a RetroActive's Corner. God bless it, I miss doing this. Joining me is, of course, Phoenix Fire and Ride Guy. How you guys doing?
Not doing bad.
I'm doing alright.
Alright.
I was also say, a couple of years, like, am I missing something? Have I been frozen in carbonite?
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell me what I've been missing?
Oh, trust me, it feels like that just by how we haven't had a single episode of RetroActive's Corner in so long.
And I've only been picking on you to do it for how long?
For quite a while, and trust me, I wish we could, but some of our guest stars were either sick, are still in the hospital, or had to move away or something. So, yeah. So today, everyone, we are going to be talking about the black sheep of the, or should I say the black sheeps of the Star Wars movie franchise. And one that has definitely split the fan base. I definitely know that.
I'm going to say it's cash cows.
Yeah. Basically, it's either you're the faction that says, the movies are okay, but it's just more of a cash grab. And the others say that it's the abomination of all things that are damned on this earth.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, I've actually heard people say that. It is actually amazing how much they hate those three movies.
Oh my god.
And it's funny, I've heard people say they'd rather have the sequel saga than Jar Jar Binks. And that's saying something.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, they basically ruined the main Star Wars series without Jar Jar. That's saying a lot.
Good god.
All right. So,
This could be a good heated debate.
this will be. Anyway, if you guys... actually, you know what? I am going to explain it to you, because God bless it's been so long. We go by 5 different categories. We go from story, characters, music, the design of the overall film, from its graphics to, of course, its practical effects, whatnot. And, of course, the overall atmosphere. If it was a video game, it'd be gameplay. Which, yes, we will be doing a whole bunch of Star Wars video game reviews sometime for a future episode of RetroActive's Corner during the month of May next year. So, I gotta be honest. We're gonna start with Episode 7. The film that actually gave hope to a possible resurgence of Star Wars films, and then ended up being butchered by a lot of critics.
Yeah.
And that was after the fact. It is considered one of the highest grossing films of all time. But I think it was actually mainly due to nostalgia, but that's just personally me, though.
Yeah.
What about your guys' experience with this film, with Episode 7, The Force Awakens?
I loved it.
What about you, Phoenix?
I actually kind of did enjoy it as well, because it was right after the sale of LucasArts to Disney, and no one expected us to get the sequel saga, especially how George Lucas originally wanted to do a sequel saga right after Return of the Jedi, but it just never came to fruition.
True.
Yeah.
So after all these years, we actually finally got a sequel saga after Disney kind of butchered and the expanded book universe is not canon anymore. It was
Technically,
fans.
the fans deny that, saying that it's a separate timeline.
But then again, when the book canon and the expanded universe, they did touch on things that, like I say, they could have did in the movies, but it is Disney, and you know how they are. They can make a quick buck, they'll do it.
Yeah, and considering how Disney is right now in the public eye, I don't know if anything is gonna save them at this point. If Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness couldn't save them, then I doubt anything will. Because that was their...
Really. They're setting themselves up for a fall anyway.
Pretty much. They're already down the drain, but... And this, in my personal opinion, was the beginning of that downward spiral. Because for me, I did think the movie was okay, but then I replayed it in my head. I'm like, oh my god, it is a rehash of Episode 4.
I'll get into that in a bit.
It kind of is.
Yeah, so let's get started with story. And like I stated, It's a rehash, people. Come on. You literally just ripped off every point of the story from freaking Star Wars Episode 4. What is wrong with you? You don't do that.
I mean, one of the characters in Episode 4 is not a former stormtrooper, so, I mean, there's that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's such a minor change. What's the point?
That is true.
Because here's the thing
about the sequel saga, it is pretty much it really can say it is a rehash of the original saga. It just brought with a couple plot twists to the modern day audience, so that the next generation of fans can understand what Star Wars is.
True.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, though, I'm fine with a few certain changes. First of all, it was nice to see a lot of our favorite characters grown up now.
Yeah.
We see them in their golden years. We see them at least trying to still keep the galaxy together, even with the First Order, which is basically a rehash of the Empire. But still, not entirely bad. I like the characters themselves, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But overall, it is literally the same points that a person on a desert world finds an old man and uses a ship to go across the galaxy to save the entire galaxy from the threat of the Empire, or in this case, the First Order. And hell, most of the beats are the same, including the death of Han. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know this is a spoiler alert for a lot of you guys who haven't watched it, but trust me, if you don't want to see Han die and you want him to still live, go read the books. Don't watch this film. They basically kill him off.
Yep.
Which already hit a huge uproar with many fans.
Even some of the actors in the movie.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can see why Harrison Ford wanted to leave the franchise behind. That's totally understandable. But I think they could have done it a much better way than how he went out, sadly. Because it was just too much of the same thing. Just basically replace Kylo Ren with Darth Vader, Han Solo with Obi-Wan, boom, you got the same scene.
Yeah.
And of course, replace Starkiller Base with Death Star.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, there's just no excuse. Look.
I was believing passing the torch to the next generation, but that's not how you do it, honestly.
I'm with you guys. Yeah, because think about it. Actually, we'll actually talk about that in the Retro Evolution. So overall, what would you guys give the score on story?
A 6.
A 6?
Yeah.
7.
A 7? Well, I'm gonna give it a 5 because it's basically a rehash. That's all it is. And yes, there are some changes which are pretty awesome. Like, again, you actually get some pretty interesting new characters to join in. That's pretty awesome. It does switch it up, but basically it's the same story overall. There's no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, now let's take a look at characters. Okay. I know a lot of people are going to be absolutely furious with me, but I personally thought the characters were boring at first.
Alright.
That's one way to look at it.
But here's the thing, I don't think they're entirely bad. I just think that when you try to literally rehash the original story, it kind of ruins the whole mystique of everything else as well.
Yeah, get that.
What about you guys? What do you think of the characters of this film?
I think that they were a little slow at first, but they picked up by... I think they got more interesting.
Phoenix Fire?
If I were to describe them, I would say they were somewhat interesting. Because they were trying to put themselves on the pedestal that the original saga characters were at the time, and like, really, it's like, you're your own unique character, make it your own. Don't try to be an original character from the original franchise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're bringing new talent, new blood to the series. You're bringing these new characters to life that you want us to fall in love with. Like, don't try to put yourself in someone else's shoes and emulate an original character and make it into your own. Like, it's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. But here's the thing. I do like a lot of the cast members they did have for this film. A lot of them did a really good job, and I personally like each and every one of them. They did a great job. But at the same time, I'm sorry. The story itself is so much like Episode 4 that it almost ruins the characters for me. But I'm going to say this. If I separate the story and just go for the characters themselves, they're pretty decent for what it's worth. I'm not entirely saying they're bad.
There were so many times for the characters, it's like, will they, won't they, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like, it kept you freaking biting your lip, like, really? Are they going to touch upon that subject, or are they going to be, like, true to Disney fashion? Nah, sorry, we don't want to allow that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, especially the Finn and call Poe. It's like, are they going to be something? Are they not? Like, they wanted to keep you guessing.
True. When it comes down to it, all the characters are still really good, though. But okay, if I'm gonna pick off a few of the characters from this film, we're gonna talk about the good ones.
All right.
Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, reprising their roles again. Honestly, it's amazing to see them again, along with Chewie, of course. It was great to see everybody again. It was awesome. I couldn't help but think that there was a lot to look forward to for this one.
You kind of, and you gotta have a tear a little bit too, because it was Kenny Baker's last film as R2-D2.
That is true. Yes.
So it's like the last of the OG cast.
Yeah, he was the first of the OG cast to pass away. And then, of course,
who would have thought?
What?
No, I said who would have thought that was going to be his last one? I'm sure he thought he was going to do both 8 and 9 as well.
Yeah, I thought so too. But yeah, now we're gonna take a look at the 3 new cast members who take over the real famous roles of this film. John Boyega as Finn. Actually, I approve. He's really good.
Yeah.
I actually like him, like his character in the films, and I think he does a really good job. So well done for at least making a new character that actually was pretty awesome. So well done. Daisy Ridley as Rey. What?
No, I was going to say for John Boyega, he pulled off an American accent so well. I thought he wasn't American.
Same here.
And then you find out he's actually from the UK and he's British. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, the acting was that good for him. He pulled it off
sure enough.
well.
Oh, yeah. When it comes down to...
At least he wasn't...
What?
Sorry. I was going to say, at least he didn't try to pull off the Carrie Fisher Episode 4 uptight, snooty, Tarkin accent.
Yeah, that would actually that would have been funny, though. That would have been one callback I'd be fine with.
I know she studied at the Royal Academy of Acting in the UK for a couple of years, but at the same time, like, don't do the accent. No. I know they wanted to be pretentious, but at the same time, like,
true.
Just no.
And then we got Daisy Ridley as Rey. Honestly, I actually like her as an actress. She did a really good job in the role of Rey, and honestly, she's a protagonist I'm willing to follow.
Yeah, same here.
So yeah, like I said, there are some really good actors here, and yes, I know I gotta mention this guy, Adam Driver as Kylo Ren. Okay,
someone who came late acting.
He was pretty good.
Okay, yes, I'm gonna say in Episode 7, he's pretty good. But man, did they make him such a whiny bitch later on.
I thought he was a whiner in the whole series.
Sad to say he is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm not like my granddaddy. I don't got that power. It's not fair.
Pretty much. And here's the thing. I know Adam Driver. He's a great actor. But
Oh, yeah.
when you give him a character like this, it just ruins the whole thing for Kylo Ren as a whole. I don't know how people managed to like him at first.
In my opinion, they should never have made him into a whiny little bitch, so to speak, just wanting to be like his grandfather. Like,
Oh, I mean, he was like his grandfather that way. I mean, Anakin, when he was still a Padawan, was kind of a whiny little bitch.
Yeah, but again,
It's like-
here's the excuse, though. He was a kid. This is a grown-ass adult.
Some people don't move beyond the whiny little bitch stage of their lives, so...
Unfortunately, yeah, I guess you do make a good point.
And he does have to remember, too, it's like, his grandfather's legacy took time. It's like, there's no way in heck you're going to become the next Darth Vader within the next few seconds. Like, you got to rise up to that challenge. You can't,
Oh,
you
yeah.
just expect to be thinking, oh, well, I should be special. I should get the special treatment. So to
True.
speak. Why should I have to suffer and wait?
Yeah. So, what would you guys rate the characters overall for this film?
I say about an 8.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
An 8? Alright. Yeah, I'm going to give it an 8 as well. This is actually one of those times where the characters are the only reason why I actually went through and saw the whole film outright. Alright.
Not gonna lie. I waited till it came on Netflix before Disney Plus came out.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So...
I wanted to go see it in theaters, but I knew it was going to be crazy.
Mm-hmm. Alright, next is music. And do I really need to say much at all?
It's John Williams, so...
It's
Williams
freaking...
10.
Yeah.
It's a freaking 10. I'm sorry. For as much as I absolutely have to badmouth some of these films, the one thing I could never badmouth is John Williams. God bless it. The dude is a legend. There's a reason why
Look how
he's kept the franchise going with his soundtrack.
Yeah.
Look how many Easter eggs, too, he put from all his other Star Wars movies into this one, if you listen closely.
Actually, he was in episode 9, actually, from what I heard.
He
Yeah.
He did so many throwbacks to musical cues to past movies. It's like, you know, he wants the fans to know, like, you know who I am. You're going to want to listen to this.
Damn straight. But yeah, for what it's worth, though, yeah, that was no-brainer. Now we got to go on to the next category, design of the film, and I got to admit, it actually looks really good.
Yeah.
It was decent.
This is where
Sure.
I'm... Yeah?
Very retro. No, you were going to say, I cut you off.
Oh,
Sorry.
well, the reason why I'm saying is that this is one time I'm going to say that the look of the film was on point.
Oh, yeah.
So, what are your guys' thoughts on the design of the film overall?
Oh, I would say another 8.
Another 8 overall?
Yeah.
I give it a 9.
You're going to give it a 9? I'm actually willing to agree with Phoenix Fire here and give it a 9, because for the look of the film, especially the design of the new lightsaber, which honestly is a really good choice if you think about it,
Yeah.
because it almost gives that sort of medieval style or medieval era during the golden, as my friends would usually say, the golden age of the Jedi. But yeah.
And just like every other movies from back in the day compared to now, it's like the Star Wars and with technology and CGI, they got to have their fun playing with it, got to enjoy making the effects.
True.
Yeah.
Even some of the settings and all that for certain places and locations, like, you could tell they really were having their fun, taking full advantage to be creative with it.
Very true.
Yeah.
And now we go to atmosphere.
If you think of it, look at the, what's it called?
Mm-hmm. Wait,
Sorry.
hold on. Wait, what were you talking about?
I was going to babble about something, but it's okay.
Well, we're going to be going on to atmosphere, and I'm sorry. I got to give it a straight out 5. I'm sorry.
Okay.
The reason why is, and it's actually on the story itself. I'm sorry. The story feels so much like Episode 4 that its atmosphere entirely feels like it. It's just, it throws me off.
I give it about a 7.
What about you, right guy?
I'd give it a 7 too.
Why are you guys giving it a higher score?
It's okay, but for me it's mostly just the story itself that's the rehash, not the atmosphere. Because some of it was all right.
What were you, Phoenix Fire?
I give it a 7 because, like I say, it's not really much the story, and I have to admit the atmosphere was much more enjoyable than Episode 1. Because if you go back and look at Episode 1, how many times did we really want to cringe? It's like you just wanted to shoot yourself in the foot. And when you look at Episode 7 and their atmosphere, it's like, this is actually a bit better. You tell that they really wanted to improve on something.
Oh shoot! I forgot. What did you guys think your scores were gonna be? I completely forgot about that part.
I forgot too, so I have no clue.
I'll guess 42.
42.
Random, I guess.
Not sure.
I got a score of 0 to 50. 'Cause I would have guessed my score was 30. God bless it, this stupid pen. There we go. Like, come on, you stupid pen. There we go. Alright, so, let's see. I'm going to add this one here.
Do you want me to make a guess for you on your behalf, Right Guy?
Yeah, sure.
I'll say Right Guy's going to be around between 35 and 39.
We'll go with 37.
Alright.
Alright,
So... in the middle.
Yeah, so when we go for scores, my original score is 30. It's now 37. Phoenix Fire, yours was originally 42, now 41. And Rye Guys, yours was 37, rose up to 39. So...
Actually, we were all so close.
Yeah, actually we were, yeah. 2 points apart from each other. That's actually kind of crazy. But yeah, now we're going on to Episode 8, The Last Jedi, which is a really, really bad choice for a title. Because technically, I don't know. Anyway... what do you guys think your scores are going to be for Episode 8?
40.
40?
Yeah.
I'll say 43.
43? 25.
It'll be interesting.
Okay. Let's start off with story, folks. Well... As much as I absolutely would like to say that this isn't a complete rehash of Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, but of course it is. And unfortunately, it is just something that we have to deal with. I'm sorry. For as much, and yes, I know it does it completely different from the original story, but like I said before, this thing literally hits some of the notes from Episode 5, and yet... I don't know. Yeah. I just thought it was a complete disappointment overall.
In my opinion, I completely agree. But then again, I think it was a bigger ripoff of Episode 5 than Episode 7 was a ripoff of Episode 4.
Yeah.
Sure, there was the odd difference here and there, but like... Okay, we get it. It's so much like The Empire Strikes Back. The First Order wants revenge on the Resistance. Like, really, how original. And Rey's training, similar to Luke's training with Yoda on Dagobah. Like,
Yeah, but
Really?
there's also another reason why, but we're gonna get to...
What the hell?
God bless it, those jets are flying right above my house. Alright.
I got police sirens going by my window.
Yeah, mine was jets, because we live nearby an airfield. Alright, so let's start off with story overall. Okay. If you guys know Last Jedi, then it's pretty self-explanatory. As if it's but of course you're like saying, dude, you just said it was basically a rehash of Episode 5. Well, sadly it is. For as much as I would love to try to give another chance for this franchise, it's another rehash. But it's just like Phoenix Fire says, it did it worse than Episode 4. And I'm sorry, Episode 7, mind you. And here's a few things. I have a few gripes with the story. One is Snoke. At the end of Episode 7, as you guys all know, Snoke is then revealed as an interesting new bad guy mixed into it. I originally thought, okay, sure, he's basically another Palpatine, but who knows? Maybe this guy might be a little bit more interesting. Oops! Psych! He dies nearly into the last of the film. And pretty damn easily, as you might add. Basically, they use the lightsaber, Luke's lightsaber, the Anakin's lightsaber, right there, that was right next to him. I'm like, dude, you know that they could easily use the Force to cut you in half, right? Boom, cuts in half, falls to the ground, he's dead. There goes our big bad villain. Though, I am willing to say, it does lead to one of the best lightsaber fights in the film. Facing all those Imperial guards, those Sith guards, that was actually pretty cool. I'm willing to say that makes up for that horrible villain in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
Then, of course, we gotta go to how, of course, they're backed into a corner in this base. I'm like, wait a minute, this just looks like the Battle of Hoth. What's going on here? However, they put it near the end of the film instead of... but yeah, they put it near the end of the film instead of, at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because you remember the story moments where, Lando betrays the group to Darth Vader when he arrives before them. And them fighting on the Hoth battle. And, of course, the torture scene, all that. They mashed all that up in the second half.
Yeah.
Because the first half, I'm like... Yeah?
I guess you could kind of say it was rushed to get it all in as much as in the time frame they had.
True. And actually... I actually was fooled, and the reason why I gave a lower score was because of one thing. When I first saw the film from its beginning to near the end of the first half, I thought, wow, this actually isn't a rehash. This might be an interesting film. Then everything from Episode 5 condensed in the second half, I'm like, oh great, they made it worse. It was like, if they just rehashed it like they did with Episode 7, I wouldn't have minded as much because I'm like, great, that's basically Disney cash cowing it. But no, they tried to do something original. It was great, but then they completely destroyed it at the second half. And I'm like, why? Hell, I even like how Poe is trying to, of course, gain the support of the rest of the crew on board the ship. And here's the thing, I actually like how she was trying to save everybody's lives by trying to sacrifice herself. I think that was a good scene to have. I thought it was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, damn it, guys, come on. This is literally the one thing you don't do, is just that you don't go straight back to the stuff that made Empire Strikes Back great and think it could work again.
Yeah.
Same magic or lightning in a bottle twice.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Supposedly there's some sort of festival involving these fighter planes, so yeah.
Where do I begin for a couple of cringeworthy moments?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised personally, but that's just how I felt about this film. If you guys, of course, don't think that this film feels that way to you, all the power to you. But for me, though, this definitely was more like it had a great original story, then they completely abandoned it in the second half.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think you're going to give for a story on this one?
6.
6?
Yeah, 6.
I'm gonna give it same score as before with the other one. Actually, yeah, I'm actually gonna give it a 4. Because, good lord, they could have done so much with it if they just abandoned the whole copying what made the original films great.
Uh-huh.
Listen, where can you really begin for some of the cringeworthy moments? Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
there's quite a few of them. Like, it's like, obviously you could see that Disney wanted them to drop plot the Finn and Poe connection because how fans were so sure they were going to end up as a couple.
Yeah.
Disney wanted to squash that as soon as possible. Like, no, sorry, these guys aren't getting together. We have to separate them.
Mm-hmm.
So we saw that one coming. And then
Yeah.
is Leia giving Poe crap for trying to do something he thought she would have did? Like, come on, really? It's like, how would you handled the situation any different back in your day when you were taking on the Empire?
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
Well,
And then, of course, the way they... And actually,
biggest,
let's get into characters, actually, because we're actually getting into the more character territory here. Alright, first, and I'm going to state this... I am going to state this. I'm going to state this. Again, Rey and Finn, still great. Not going to deny it. Poe's actually pretty good on this one. But then we get how they written our two of our favorite leads. And by God, what the hell were they thinking? First of all, I thought that Kylo Ren was... Sweet Jesus, wow, they are really going all out there, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, you remember I just said a little bit ago for episode 7 that Kylo Ren was a bit of a whiny bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not expect that Luke was going to be the same way.
Yeah.
So glad someone sees the way I do for that.
I'm like, dude, you just took one of the greatest Star Wars characters of all time and turned him into the whiniest bitch I've ever seen in my whole life. And that's saying a lot.
And even the sad part, really, for him being so whiny, like, does he not realize how difficult he was to train as a Jedi with Yoda? Like, look how he put Yoda through hell.
Yeah.
Like, you're really gonna put this young girl that wants to learn from you, you're gonna treat her like crap the way you treated your Jedi Master back in the day? Like, really? You're gonna go there?
Yeah, here's the thing though, guys. I know a lot of you people are wondering why are we complaining about this? Because here's the thing. You want to know something crazy? This situation that Luke went through actually did happen at one point. But guess what? He was calm, cool, and collected and figured out the situation using all of his experiences. And he was a much better teacher in that role because he learned from the other past films. You do not destroy the one thing that made the character amazing and turn him into a piece of crap.
Yeah.
And that goes same with Carrie Fisher. I know of all people that and yes, in the extended universe, she does learn how to use the Force, and she does become a Jedi. So yeah, it's pretty awesome to see her going into that role. I think that's pretty cool. But Yeah, I don't know. I think they could have done it much better with her, especially with some of the lines she was given.
Yeah.
Also, we have to remember, we kind of have to give some respect to Carrie Fisher. She was sick at the time.
That is
With
true.
all her health setbacks, it's like they weren't too sure how they were going to proceed with her being sick.
That's
were trying
true.
to incorporate how they could do it with her.
Yeah, very true. And, of course... And
her untimely death, that didn't help.
Yeah, that happened in episode 9, which we'll get to. Next, of course, we gotta talk about Gwendolyn Christie. She was the one who was playing Captain Phasma. Honestly, she's one of the better characters in the movie. I actually like her.
From episode 7.
Yeah, she was shown in episode 7. She showed up in episode 8. Honestly, I think they did her pretty good. And for what it's worth, I like how she was trying to handle the situation. Because if you're a captain, you don't want people panicking.
Right.
You got to make sure that you have at least a few backup plans in case if one fails. She was prepared for all of that. Poe, in a strange way, made it worse, but his reaction was realistic.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, in all honesty, that whole scene between them and the crew, I thought was pretty good. I liked that part, and it was during the first half.
Yeah.
I just think that they could have, if they just explored it a little bit more, I think it would have been done much better.
Yeah, definitely.
It was also nice to see a badass female stormtrooper, because in the original saga, we never knew if stormtroopers were male, female, whatnot, but then the sequels came out, and then we get to see, oh wow, they actually have...
Oh, sorry, I was talking about the wrong person, but I'm trying to, hold on, who was I talking about? I think it was...
Phasma.
No, wait, no, that's not her. No, I'm trying to... I don't know why I remembered her name instead of the other one. I don't know why I remembered her name instead of the commander of the ship. I'm trying to remember what her name was.
Admiral Holdo?
Yeah. Yeah. Personally, I like how she did her character. And of course, yes, Phasma, again, badass woman, especially a villain. She just loved being part of the First Order. I love villains that embrace their evil as much as she does.
Loves the power.
Exactly. However, I am going to say I am very disappointed at how she died.
Yeah.
She could have went down in a more badass way, honestly, for what it's worth.
She really could have.
I thought
What?
In my opinion, they could have made it look like she died, but it would have been a perfect way to bring her back for episode 9.
And
it just looks like she died.
No, she's officially dead. Sad to say, she's officially dead because she never shows up in episode 9.
I know. Yeah, she did appear in episode 9, but they could have made a way that she faked her death to lure the Resistance into a false sense of security.
I know, that would have been great.
She was that badass with her power. She let that power consume her.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was Vice Admiral. Yeah, so, yeah. Thank you. I don't know why I thought she was the other person, but I was wrong. Sorry. I've been trying to watch these movies over and over again, and sad to say, I kind of watched them in a row over and over again, so I think I kind of mixed up a few of the names. My bad. Yeah, I'm sorry. And also, the Vice Admiral was voiced by was played by Laura Dern. Again, a great actress in her own right. And actually, I know her, I think, from Jurassic... I think that she's going to be in the new Jurassic World movie, I believe.
Oh.
She was also in the original Jurassic Park.
Yeah, she does sound familiar.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Oh! She was Ellie Sattler.
Oh.
Yeah, she was her. Which, honestly, that's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But overall, what do you guys think of the characters of this film?
For episode 8,
Yeah.
I'd say, I believe I gave a 7 for the last one, didn't I? Or
You gave it an 8.
I think think I'd give a 7 for this one.
7 for this one. What about you, Phoenix?
About an 8.
An 8. I'm giving him a big old 5. Like I said, they kind of ruined some of the characters I grew up with, and when they did have some good characters, it was mainly from the last film, and that's really it. Everyone else that did play did have some good roles, just not enough to save the film, sadly.
Yeah.
And one thing too is like everyone was complaining like, why does Yoda got his episode 5 appearance? Why can't he have his appearance from episode 2 and 3? Like, really? Like you're really gonna go there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, remember, they're trying to base his appearance off of when he died, not when he was in his prime.
Very true.
So it's like, come on. And it's like, the good thing about Yoda's reappearance is like, even though they made Luke a whiny bitch, it's like, thank God they brought Yoda back into the series to make him remind Luke that failure is always going to be the biggest teacher in the Star Wars universe, because Luke was always, not say conceited, but in a deluded paranoia delusion that it's like it was all about him when it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, thank God for Yoda to snap Luke back into that kind of realization somewhat.
Yeah. All right. Now we're going on to the next one, music. And again, it's John Williams. I'm sorry, that's an automatic 10 for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm not gonna give it a 10, but I'll be honest, I give it about a 7.
What?
Because it's like, there were certain parts for the music. It's like, it didn't feel like a John Williams composing. It felt like someone else doing it.
Let me double check. Nope, it's John Williams.
But like I say, there were certain scenes. It's like it didn't sound like him. It sounded like they had someone else take over for him. And it's like,
are you sure? Are you sure
yeah,
you?
It's like,
hold on. Are you sure? Because we must be listening to the different tracks. Because I thought the music was actually still good.
no, we're talking about the same movie, same composer.
Huh. Okay, so you give it a 7. Well, that's a shock.
Quite.
Yeah, 10 for me and Rye Guy, apparently, so, yeah. Alright, so, we're going on to design of the film.
Alright,
Okay. Basically, if you want me to be perfectly honest, it's the same quality as the last film, but I don't know. I think it's relatively the same.
yeah, I gotta agree.
Some of it was good, like of course Rey trying to discover who she is through the Force itself in a way. So there is that. The battle scenes were pretty impressive, and of course
Wow.
do you remember when she used the hyperdrive to run through that huge Star Destroyer?
That
Yeah.
was interesting.
That was a beautiful scene right there, for as tragic as it was.
Yeah.
So
Let's see them design the original saga.
I know, right? So I'm gonna give it an 8. It still looks pretty good. It's definitely pretty decent. I love it. What about you guys?
I'll give it an 8 as well.
And I'm gonna give it 8 myself.
All right. So here we go. We're going on to the last category, atmosphere. And would it be weird if I said that the atmosphere was confusing?
That'd be pretty accurate, actually.
Because,
Yeah,
God bless it, that movie was just all over the place.
it was.
They had so many plots and storylines going in so many various directions. Like, this one's going here, this one's going there, that one's going here, this one's going there. Like, how are you supposed to try to keep up with all of it?
Yeah, you can honestly tell that this was directed and written by someone else.
It's like, okay, at least with The Empire Strikes Back, it was just pretty much two storylines. Luke's path to become a Jedi, and then Han and Leia's path to just avoid the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it wasn't that hard to get lost or confused.
Very true. Very true.
This one just wanted to make you scattered all over the place, like Tylenol. Anyone?
Yeah.
I think, in my personal opinion, they could have done it a lot better. The atmosphere made me.
They shouldn't have tried to.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they shouldn't have tried to branch everything off into split ends, so to speak. Like,
yeah.
Just maybe 2 or 3, but don't try 4, 5, 6 different plot lines so you get that kind of grief. Like, just no.
Yeah, in this particular case, overall,
too many.
Yeah, overall the atmosphere was not at its best. I'm gonna give it a 4 personally, because even when it did do stuff right, there were so few things they did right, and the rest of it just threw it off. So I'm gonna give it a 4.
Okay.
What about you?
6.
6. All right. And what about you, Red Guy?
5.
5. All right. All right. Let's take a look at the scores and see what you guys got, along with myself. All right. Got that one. Let's see. There we go, and we're done with that one. And all right, my original score was 25. It rose to 31. What?
A little bit of a jump.
How? I don't like this film. God.
Easy.
Son of a bitch.
Our opinions kind of help you see the movie differently.
Oh, God. I can't believe I just gave it an actual positive score. What the hell's wrong with me? Oh, God. The world has come to a freaking end for me.
Beer to calm down.
All right, here we go. Phoenix Fire, your original score was 43. It is now... Oh, sorry, I had to fix this. I don't know why it wasn't working there. I just finally fixed it.
I went from 43 to...
37.
Oh, wow. Not much of a drop, but it sounds like one went up 5 and one went down 5.
There we go. Finally fixed the audio.
If I did my math right.
It went down by 6, yeah. As for...
went up by 6.
Right, Guy, yours was 40. Now it's 36.
All right.
So I'm the only one that increased. What the hell? This is bull.
Alright, Right Guy, get Retro beer. He needs to calm down.
Fuck me.
He's defending a movie he doesn't like. I think there's something wrong in this universe now.
Damn straight it is. Because here's the thing, though, folks. You guys have seen my review of Halloween 3 with Puganeer and Billy Petal. You guys know how much that, even though that those two hated the film, I was willing to defend it.
I never saw that review, so I wouldn't know what you're talking about.
Check out my YouTube channel if you ever get a chance, Mr. RetroActive live streams. We actually still have that review on the playlist. But, God bless it, I can't believe I defended a film that I hate. Damn it, that's not natural for me. This feels weird. I feel like I literally need an exorcism for how bad that was.
But I think we've all done that. We've all watched that one movie we just hate to death, and then somehow we start defending it, and we don't realize we're defending it until someone brings it up to us. Like,
pretty much.
Did I just give this movie that I hate so much a positive compliment?
I feel like I'm having an existential crisis right now. God bless it.
A lack of faith in the Force.
Oh God, the Force has failed me, folks. The Force has failed me. Oh,
He's having
jeez.
a crisis of face like Luke did.
Okay, let's just
Episode 8.
move on. Let's move on to episode 9 and be done with it.
Thank you. Because, God bless it, the quicker I can get rid of this thing out of my head, the better. Alright.
Yeah, the quicker I can be done with this, the quicker I can go to Huckleberries. Woo!
True, and not to mention, next Saturday we'll be doing the...
A souvenir.
Yep, and then next Saturday we're going to be talking about episodes 1, 2, and 3, which, honestly, I would prefer to review those more than these 3.
Yeah.
Alright, and here we go. Star Wars Episode 9. What do you think your scores are going to be?
Let's see. The memory of episode 9 is quite fresh in my mind because I just got done watching it today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna guess 40 this time.
40? Alright.
I
Phoenix
think it's the
Fire.
same.
40?
I think it's the same, actually. 40.
I'm going 30. I'm going in the middle.
Was it?
I'm going for the middle ground because, honestly, for as much as I should hate this film, it's more confusing more than anything else. Okay. Sorry, folks. I'm still trying to get the whole situation out of my head at this point. I'm still trying to get all those horrible feelings out of my head right now and concentrate on this film.
So basically, if we don't see you on tonight playing a Star Wars game, we know you basically called the local hospital to be put in a straitjacket.
Pretty much.
Get new thoughts on the movie.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright, we're going to go on to episode 9, known as The Rise of Skywalker. And who else, before we start, has anyone seen the trailer before this movie came out?
I saw the trailer. The trailer was rather confusing.
And yet at the same time, I don't think I've ever seen so much hype for a trailer.
Yeah.
And it's because everyone thought it was going to fix the problems of Last Jedi.
That's true.
I don't know. Did it fix it? Didn't it? I don't know. This movie confuses me.
It can't be any worse than episode 8.
Well, in terms of just how bad it is, no. In terms of confusion, it's worse. Let's
Yeah, no, I'm iffy. I'm kind of like that too.
let's get on with the story. Basically, when it's discovered that Emperor Palpatine is alive, again, how? It's up to the rebels to race against the clock to find him and defeat him once and for all. And yeah, this thing throws a whole bunch of information at you. First, Rey is apparently a Palpatine.
Yep.
Which, seriously, what the hell?
Yep.
And then, of course, we find out about the cloning facility, which, again, that's actually kind of a nice reference to the extended, actually to the extended universe.
And the prequels.
Actually, no, there were no clone well, technically, yes, there's clone troopers like that, but no. Clones of Palpatine were only mentioned in the extended universe, the expanded universe.
Yep.
So, kind of nice that they dropped that little information bomb there. I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But, also, why? Did it need to be there? Then there's the part in the story where C-3PO is gone, turns evil, and dies. And then, of course, there's the romance between Rey and Kylo. Where the hell did that come from? Well, I guess it kind of was implied in episode 8, but I didn't feel that at all. I think it's more like they were kindred spirits more than anything else.
And it took them nearly 2 episodes to finally introduce the Knights of Ren.
Yeah, the Knights of...
Only hearing about them.
Yeah, we only heard about them, and then they suddenly show up, and we're like, okay, this looks pretty cool. And then
he's making an appearance.
Yeah, and then of course Kylo Ren then completely massacres them. Like, what was the point?
Yeah.
And
then we got Leia finally kicking the bucket.
okay,
God,
that
God,
hurt me.
yeah.
That hurt me emotionally. I'm sorry. That's a scene that still hits me pretty hard.
I think it hit a lot of fans. That was Carrie Fisher's final scene. She had recorded it. Leia.
Yeah.
That really did hurt.
Oh God.
Because how she was supposed to have a bigger role in the movie, but then with her untimely passing, they had to do best with the footage they had.
Okay.
Recorded footage from other movies to make it into what it was.
Okay.
Gotta give them credit for that.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. They made her death scene pretty good, at least.
Yeah.
They gave her a proper end while also giving Kylo his push to back to the light. So, yeah, for as confusing as that is, I actually am I'm very happy they at least did that for her. That her sacrifice wasn't in vain.
Too. And if you think of the little Easter egg too, with her holding a medallion from the rebellion,
yeah,
episode 4, that was a nice little Easter egg. That was a nice touch.
Yeah, that was another nice touch. Also, when did Han Solo gain the ability to suddenly come back from the dead?
I think that was just at his echo in the Force or whatever coming to Ben in his time of need.
Yeah, but when did he learn that?
Maybe he was always the one who was so skeptical.
Yeah, exactly. He was the most skeptical out of everyone in the damn group. And yet suddenly he knows this?
It does make you wonder, doesn't it?
Well, maybe he came back because, again, at a previously tumultuous time in Ben's life, Han was there, and now he's in another rather tumultuous bit. He comes back as his conscience. So
maybe that'd be the only.
The way I always looked at that scene was Ben was having a crisis of faith. Like, do I stay? Yeah. Do I go back to the side of light? Do I stay with the dark side? And it was somewhat of a, I guess you say, forced manipulation. It manifested into something Ben could recognize and help him understand the situation of what he was going through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The force was manipulating itself into a form of his conscience that would make him understand the situation that he was trying to understand so desperately. That was confusing him.
Yeah, and
you have to remember, there are so many mysteries of the Force we don't know.
Yep.
True, but
I can kind of see the Force, manipulation of a crisis of someone that's wavering between dark and light to make them understand something.
True.
Yep.
Now, all right. So when it comes down to, okay, so as you guys can tell, the story is very confusing.
Quite.
Yet somehow, it's, at least in this particular case, it wasn't a complete rehash of Episode 6. Not entirely. It actually has...
Thank God for that.
It has less parts to do with the original films than the other two films did.
Right.
So...
It finally got its own footing.
Yeah, exactly. Sure, there's only one thing I can say was similar, was mainly the ending scene where it's the final battle against the First Order. That was the one scene that they did, and yet, in a strange way, they ended it a lot differently than I originally thought it was going to be. So...
Even then, it kind of got you a bit confused.
Yeah, exactly. It goes right back to confusion. So...
It had its good point, but it also had the same other bad point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think of your scores are going to be for story?
7.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah. I'm going to say this, I'm actually going to give it a 7 this time, because yes, this one definitely tried to do its own thing throughout the entire film, more than, surprisingly, the other two films that came before it. So, at least they learned from their mistakes this time around. Not to mention, having J.J. Abrams return to direct was a very smart call.
Plus, don't forget, they were having issues finding a director, so that's why he just basically came back. No one wanted to direct episode 9. They were scared.
Yeah, after what the last person did.
After what Rian Johnson did to episode 8.
Yeah.
You can see why a lot of people were skeptical to take episode 9.
Yeah, I heard that he also got... he got kicked off the project.
Because not to go off topic, but a good example is, look at Spectre. Right after Skyfall, like, everyone's like, how are we going to proceed? And they went through so many directors, and then finally they found someone that actually wanted to do the project.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Like the latest Bond movies as a good example for directing.
That's very true. All right, so now we're going to go on to characters. I got to admit, they were written better this time.
Yeah.
Overall, the writing for them was surprisingly a lot better than I actually thought was going to be. Plus, we got Lando Calrissian back. You know that was going to be a huge win for me.
Oh, yeah.
That was going to be a nice touch.
Yeah. But, like I said, they did do Carrie Fisher's death scene very much on point. I'm very proud of to do that for him. Well done, J.J. Abrams, for that.
Yeah.
There's a lot he did to the characters, like, oh, about damn time this happens to the characters. Like, how long have we been waiting?
A long time, honestly.
Like, yes, it was nice to see Lando back and all that, but it's like, then when he said certain things, like, it kind of like, I wanted to see them actually go back, and I'd like to see when Lando and Luke work together as a team. It'd be interesting to see that for what things they did back then.
True. Okay, another big one. I'm glad they brought back Ian McDiarmid.
Yeah.
Palpatine, thank you. I'm sorry. Yes, for his...
I'll be kind of honest.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, you just say what you want to say about Palpatine, then I'll say what I want to say about Palpatine when you're done.
Okay. Yeah, for as much as I actually would have liked to see how they could have used Snoke in future films,
yeah,
I am actually very glad that Sheev Palpatine's back. For as much as I absolutely do not get how he came back, I'm glad he did, because his love for pure evil is amazing.
Oh, God, yeah.
His personality's still intact, his manipulation's still there. The dude is an absolute master of his craft, and I'm so grateful they brought Palpatine back for this film. And, God bless it, he looks amazing for a dead guy.
Oh, God, yeah. And then when
you have to remember...
And when he absorbed the Force from Ben and Rey, that was an amazing transformation.
Oh, yeah.
And we have to remember, too, like, he once taught us the pathway to dark side, some consider unnatural.
Very true.
Yeah,
he did say that. Overall, though, it was like, good lord, they got a lot of amazing actors for this film, and they did such a great job. I'm really happy they really put their all into this. And yes, they did fix a lot of the issues that Last Jedi had, but at the same time, it brought up too many more questions.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I'll be honest, it was good it was pretty cool they brought Palpatine back, but at the same time, it's like, this undermines the original saga for Vader. Like, really? You're gonna go there after what we had to go through with Vader? Like, you're really gonna undermine that kind of character?
True.
Because Vader was a bit undermined when they brought Palpatine back.
Okay. I am going to say one more thing, and this is good and bad. Unlike they brought back a lot of the Jedi from the previous movies and cartoon series.
Right.
Yeah, they brought back Ahsoka, they brought back Kanan Jarrus, they brought back Anakin, Obi-Wan, Mace Windu, Yoda, Qui-Gon. They brought back everybody. But
Kanan was a surprise, though. I wasn't expecting to hear him.
Honestly, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That means Star Wars Rebels is, like Disney said, completely canon to the original story, and
Yep.
I have to admit, it was pretty good. But I am going to say one thing. Why didn't they use Force Ghosts of them?
Yeah.
You know Qui-Gon could have taught them all this.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think it came down to money. Like, were they willing to pay all those?
It was fairly expensive to do it.
That's true.
Would they really want to pay all those actors and actresses to make a comeback?
That's true.
I remember. It would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Also,
and then how do we not know certain ones would have been a real prick and like, oh, I want this kind of pay for doing it.
True. I also like how
especially when they haven't done the franchise in so long.
That's true. Actually, I know Mace Windu wanted to come back.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that would have been nice.
That would have been pretty cool to see his visage at least. But yeah, they had Ki-Adi-Mundi, Plo Koon. They brought a lot of Jedi back, and surprisingly, they even had a voice clip from the original Obi-Wan.
Alec Guinness.
Yep, Sir Alec Guinness. I was like,
you know you're everyone when you know that.
How the hell did that happen? But I was shocked, and honestly, I was kind of happy for it.
Yeah.
So, what would you guys give this for characters a score?
I'd give it an 8.
An 8?
I'd say about 9.
9? All right,
9.
so 9. We got 8.
You know, yeah, I'm upgrading to 9.
All right, 9. Yeah, I'm gonna give 9 on this one. They definitely upped their game from the last film.
Yeah.
No, and I was like, too, if they wanted to bring back some of those characters, they could have did the same, what they done for Force Ghosts or whatnot. They could have just digitally inserted them.
That's
and
true.
Then just pay the actors or actresses a bit of a royalty fee for that.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's not that hard, really. Because look how in Episode 7, they mashed Ewan McGregor with Alec Guinness's voice as Obi-Wan when Rey touched Anakin's lightsaber for the first time.
That's true.
Right.
So they could have did something similar like that for 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Next, we gotta go to music.
Now this, you can get another 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's John Williams.
And this is John Williams' final Star Wars movie. He's finally finishing up.
Actually, no. He just confirmed that the next Star Wars project he's in.
Oh, that's...
Yeah. He probably got a good offer, and he probably likes what he hears for a story.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. He's like a kid at heart whenever he does the Star Wars soundtrack. So you know he's going to take advantage of that. Or heck, any movie.
You could pretty much say he's like a kid in the candy store because he's been with the franchise for so long. And as soon as you see that new product, you want to try it. He's got kryptonite. He's right there to take it. He can't help himself.
Exactly.
He has to have it.
So yeah, I'm with you on that one. So yeah, that's a full-on 10 for me. All right.
Yeah.
Now we gotta go on to design of the film, and man, they really upped their game from Episode 8.
All right, I gotta take a break for just a moment. I'll be right back.
All right. But Phoenix Fire, what do you think of the overall design of the film?
Amazing. They really wanted to do a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of throwbacks, give fans old, new, previous fans of parts of the other saga that they haven't seen in a while.
Mm-hmm.
They really wanted to give everyone that final payoff. Like, this is how it's going to be. Like, we want you all to feel included. You have to feel this.
Yeah, true enough on that. And honestly, I love the look of the film is just absolutely fantastic. It's very rare that you see the studio trying to go all out in their attempts to make this film work. And As for looks of the film, this is definitely the best of the entire Disney trilogy.
And we got to see things that, and plus we got to see things that we have never seen before. Like in the OG saga and the prequels, we never saw alien creatures on a spaceship in a space battle before. We never thought that was going to be possible.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So like, that was unexpected, but like pretty damn awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Quite.
So what would you guys give the score for design overall?
9.
Yeah, 9.
Plus, it also reintroduced some of the things too that we haven't seen in so long. That's like, wait, this got wrecked or destroyed in this movie, but it's like, no, wait, it didn't. So so that's not officially canon anymore. It's like a good example is like the Tantive 4. Like we were led to believe in Episode 4 that Vader got that destroyed after they took Leia prisoner for the Death Star plans. And then you find out this whole time she had and all that. It's like, damn. So it was like it also had that surprise factor.
Very true. So what would you guys give the score for this?
I say 9.
9?
Yeah, 9.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 9 as well. Overall design is pretty freaking cool. And now we go on to the last category, which is atmosphere. Okay. For as much as I love the characters, this music, and the overall design of the film, how does it go for atmosphere? It's like I literally stated at the beginning, confusing. But not unpleasant. It just has a lot of unfinished questions that haven't gotten an answer for yet.
Right.
Very true.
What do you guys think overall of the atmosphere?
Yes, there was a lot of times they could put so many unanswered questions or whatnot, but at the same time they did try to wrap it up as best they could, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's like, plus it also some of the parts of the story is like they should go back into another movie at some point and elaborate on that so it makes sense in the future movies.
Yeah.
That's true.
Especially the one big unanswered question right near the end is Lando Calrissian and that girl. I can't remember her name.
I think that's his daughter, isn't it?
That's the rumors. Like that would be a good plot storyline. They should focus on a future Star Wars movie. Like,
yeah,
was that Lando's daughter kidnapped into the Stormtrooper ranks at a young age, or is someone just connected to him? Like, is there some kind of connection that there's more to the story that we don't know?
That's very true.
Or make it a one-off Star Wars movie similar to Rogue One, with that girl's backstory. To go into to maybe somehow incorporate Lando into it.
That's true. All right. So overall, what would you guys give the score?
9 again.
Yeah, I'm pretty. It's gonna be a 9 for me. I'm pretty sure I've already blown my my estimation of a score out of the water by now.
Yeah. So number 9, I'm gonna give it a 9 as well because, yeah, for as yes, confusing as it is, it did answer some of the questions at least. So we actually matched each other on the score. We all got a score of 44.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah, but however, unlike you two, my score went from 30 to 44. Mine rose 14 points.
Alright, Ragnar, be careful. He's gonna have another crisis of faith.
No, this one, I had a feeling it was gonna go and increase. I was just trying to go in the middle here. Where Star Wars 8, I'm still disappointed at myself.
I was to say, would you say that would be? Would you say your increase? Would you say it's a happy increase? Or
this is actually for once a happy increase.
we just have to make sure we don't want you to have a crisis of faith.
Don't worry.
Is it a big, very good one, or is it
It's
iffy?
honestly, for as confusing as the film is, I did still like it overall. All right.
But there's one thing they could have for it's like when it was Rey against Palpatine. Like they gotta remember, it's like no matter what, you can't get rid of good versus evil. It's like that's always going to be a thing. Like,
Oh yeah, definitely.
True.
that was one thing for the atmosphere and whatnot. Like really,
Yeah, they went the
Like,
whole
you can't-
Disney route with the ending,
There's-
though. Yeah.
there's no way you can destroy complete evil like that within the movie like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
It's like-
how Disney
it's like-
rolls.
And here's the thing: if they do episodes 10, 11, 12, like how are you going to do a movie without evil in it?
True. All right.
New evil will always rise to take its place amongst the universe.
Very true. All right.
Yeah.
So we have Retroevolution. And we're just gonna compile all this into one single thing. So if you guys had control of episodes 7, 8, and 9, what would you change about them and why?
All I'd say is make the first two better, but I don't know what that would entail exactly. Just make it better. That's all I can really say.
For me, and this is just me, I would actually take out episodes 7, 8, and 9, and yes, for as much as I did give some of them a higher score, toss those out, and actually base the stories off the expanded universe.
No, that would have been good.
Yeah.
Because think about it. There are so many stories out there. You can make an entire franchise with the Star Wars films.
They could have. It would have been interesting, really.
But that's just me, though. What about you, Phoenix?
For me, I would touch upon character development for character arcs. Because, like, for how 1 minute this character is such and such, and then the next movie is like they kind of dumb down the character just to fit the story, and then in the next one, the character is intelligent all over again. Like, what? So I work on character development and the character arcs so that my fans would appreciate them more, not get lost or confused with the stupidity of how they try to dumb them down and make them intelligent, dumb them down, then make them intelligent for and in the end again. You don't want that kind of headache.
Right.
All right. Before we go, we of course have a few questions to answer for this particular one. So, Phoenix Fire, if you were given a chance to make your own Star Wars game, what would it be?
We were talking about this last night, and I can say right now, it would be a Battlefront game, but with pretty much all the Star Wars planets, and maybe extend that kind of thing. Like we got so many planets, so many expanded universe planets that we've never touched upon in the games that could be introduced.
Oh yeah.
Like let's incorporate as much as we can for the planets. Like let's bring what we haven't seen to the Battlefront games yet.
Yeah.
Let's really introduce things like that. Because like I was saying to you, Richard, last night, like I would love to see in a Battlefront Dathomir or something, or an extended version of Felucia and whatnot. It's like there's so much that potential they have there.
Yeah,
of course we're on. It's like, okay, in Battlefront 2 we got called the Jedi Temple, a scaled down version of the Jedi Temple. But let's go. Yeah. Let's do the Senate building. Do you know how many people would want snipers?
Oh, that would be a good place.
It's like that'd be sniper central. Even if it was like one of the mini games, like okay, in Battlefront 2 we got the Ewok versus Empire. We gotta survive the Ewoks.
Oh god, I barely lasted a second in that game mode. I could not last.
maybe for Coruscant for the Senate is like maybe you gotta avoid snipers or whatnot.
Yeah.
All right, now about you, right guy. If you were to make a Star Wars game of your very own, what would it be?
I would want it to be a fighting game in the vein of like Street Fighter or Tekken.
They already made one.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, it's Star Wars Legends of Terra Kasai.
Oh.
Yeah, it
Never
was a
heard
bad
it.
game.
Oh. Well, I think that my choice still stands because it could be better than what's already out.
True, but actually switch Street Fighter and Tekken and go with more Soul Calibur.
Well,
You could have lightsaber duels, create your own Jedi or Sith, and just go have at it.
Well, we already kind of had Star Wars characters in Soul Calibur. Remember?
Yeah, true, of course,
Star
but
Killer.
yeah, but here's the thing though. Think about it this way. This would actually be a full-fledged Star Wars fighting game. You could still have the
Alright.
complexity moves of Street Fighter and Tekken, but still have the ease of play and the look of Soul Calibur.
Actually, that Ryguy's idea for a game, that would actually be a good, pretty thing for motion capture. Like we call it those, was it the 3D things that you can do at malls or whatnot?
Oh yeah, those.
Those things, that'd be a pretty much to do for that. You could just
Yeah.
put on the 3D thing and then boom, there you go. You could choose your what side you want to be, so to speak.
True.
Yeah.
Jedi or Sith, and then boom, provided you don't get motion sickness, away you go. That'd be perfect for that kind of thing. Console,
Yeah.
I can't. It really wouldn't work too well.
Let me see. I don't know. For me, a lot of the Star Wars games I would think of have already been made. So it would be very interesting. Actually, no. Actually, I would like to see a Star Wars sports game. Come on,
all the different kind of sports there are in the Star Wars universe.
yeah, we only know one of the major ones, and that's pod racing.
Right.
There's got to be more out there, or otherwise they'd be bored as hell.
Right.
Hell, they have
Those are the
Pazak.
Another interesting concept for a game would be a big open, called sandbox Star Wars game where you can make your own character and traverse the various planets, similar to Knights of the Old Republic or whatnot, and beat different factions.
Yeah, there's Star Wars: The Old Republic MMORPG they have.
So they could make it something like called World of Warcraft, but in the Star Wars universe.
They did Star Wars: The Old Republic.
But with the newer movies and whatnot.
Oh,
they
you
kinda
mean
touch
based
up
on the
that.
actual Star Wars films?
Exactly, kind of touch up upon that.
Actually, wait a minute. Why don't they make like an expansion where you? What?
Because you could either influence or de-influence the movie timelines.
True.
Yeah.
The other thing is that why not make an actual MMORPG for Star Wars, but it's based in the Clone Wars era? You get to play with some of your favorite characters from the Star Wars Clone Wars series, and you get to choose which faction you want to be a part of.
Yeah, that's
Or heck.
fun.
Or heck, you could just be on your own, do your own thing.
Bounty hunter.
Yeah, you could be a bounty hunter, or you could be a gray Jedi wandering the galaxy, trying to help those in need during the war.
Yeah.
Or be a real prick and disrupt the piece that you're trying to build.
Pretty much, yeah, you could do that too. So yeah, there's a lot of options. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I'm gonna look at the next question here. Alright. Alright. Second question. What do you guys think overall, what is your most hated Star Wars film? Mine is Star Wars Episode 1. Okay, seriously, next review, you're going to hear my thoughts on that film. It's not as bad as you think.
Yeah.
So, what in your opinion, is the worst Star Wars film?
I got it. I need a minute here.
I don't know.
I already know mine. Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
I'm leaning in between episode 1 and episode 2.
Yeah, same here.
It's hard to really decide on one definite one.
Yeah.
Because it's like, episode 1 had its good points, it had its bad points. And episode 2 intensified them a bit. But at the same time, it had its redeeming qualities just as much.
True.
Yeah.
Alright.
So it's really kind of hard to pick.
True. Okay, we have one more question before we're going to end it. And, okay, this is going to be an interesting one. Alright, this is actually a two-part question. The first question is, do you think that they will ever make a Star Wars Battlefront 3, or do you think they're just going to, or do you think EA has completely abandoned the project altogether? And 2, what do you guys think that the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 2 is going to be like?
I'm not sure on either one, but I'm curious to see.
Well, let me think.
Well, in my opinion, I think there will be a Battlefront 3, but because the thing is, just recently, EA and all that, a lot of video game companies and franchises have been sold to other companies. Because just recently, Crystal Dynamics, aka home of Lara Croft Tomb Raider, they just sold themselves in to all that to Ubisoft, because a lot of people were freaking out, like, oh my god, what does this mean for the Perfect Dark reboot? Is it cancelled? Is it still happening? And the video company's subsidiary of Crystal Dynamics, the Initiative, which is doing Perfect Dark, like, no, the franchise is still going on. We're still going to do it. You got nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
So it's like, you just got to take a look. Like, okay, what division or what developer or whatnot has been sold to another developer, and like, how are they going to want to take the franchise or game series to the next level? Are they going to want to continue it or not?
True.
Yeah.
You don't want to get your hopes up and then, like everything else, be disappointed.
Very true.
Yeah.
Well, for my thoughts on Battlefront 3, I think EA did kind of just abandon the whole thing altogether. But the reason why I say that is because mainly of how they treated Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2 has pretty much been abandoned by the EA at this point. And it doesn't seem like there's any real news or rumors of a possible Battlefront 3. So honestly, I think EA may have just completely just abandoned the whole thing altogether. As for Jedi Fallen Order 2, I personally don't know, but judging from what I've heard, I'm kind of hoping that this game is going to be better than the first one, just in my personal opinion. Yeah. It will be interesting to see all of our favorite characters return, and who knows, maybe we might get some recurring characters later on down the line.
Right.
But
well, the good thing about Fallen Order 1 is how it was basically set right after Revenge of the Sith. I could see for the second one, maybe set it somewhat either before Return of the Jedi, after The Empire Strikes Back, or maybe after the Empire's fall, after Jedi and all that, like after the Empire is somewhat taken down.
True.
And
yeah.
Because it's like, there is potential there, because look at the Book of Boba Fett, all that.
Oh yeah.
You name it. It's like, so it's like you can kind of see them like maybe somehow that the guys of Fallen Order somehow interacting with Luke, and something happens and he doesn't like, in the words of Obi-Wan, their point of view. He doesn't agree with it, how they want to reestablish the Jedi Order. And it's like, it could somehow make them in conflict with the later movies.
True.
Yeah.
Still, there's a lot to look forward to for the next installment of Jedi Fallen Order. As for Battlefront 2, in my personal opinion, I don't know. I think they're pretty much done with it. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you all so much for joining me. I want to thank Phoenix Fire and Ride Guy for joining us here today. Hopefully, you guys will be joining us for the next review of Star Wars Episodes 1, 2, and 3. Are you guys in?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
always.
All right, so this is going to be awesome. We're going to be returning, all three of us together, as we review Episodes 1, 2, and 3 next Saturday for RetroActive's Corner. If you guys like what we do here, please follow us on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, Mr. Retroactive Live Streams. If you guys want to, of course, support the channel, you can donate through bits, stars, or PayPal, or you can join us in the subscriptions through tier system on Twitch, or through Amazon Prime, where if you have Amazon Prime, you get your subscription for free. Of course, if you're a young viewer, get your parents' permission. And of course, you also could join us as an executive producer on our channel, a producer of our channel, if you join us on our Patreon and help support through that particular avenue if you so wish. So tomorrow, we're going through Battlefront 2, the original. We're going to be playing the Xbox version this time, and I'm going to try to continue my no death run. Oh, goody. 4 hours of absolute freaking torture. I'm gonna be smiling from ear to ear.
Okay, let's get the popcorn and beer ready.
Yeah.
Yep, everyone's gonna watch me suffer.
We're gonna sit on the sidelines.
Yep. After that, we may be doing some Star Wars Pod Racer, which we were supposed to do on Friday, but we were unable to do so because of a few things. But the good news is I do have a second controller, so if I ever do get a guest person on, we will be doing we're gonna be definitely racing each other in Pod Racer. And yes, we'll be playing the original N64 version if you guys want to know.
And if you want a remastered version, it's on Xbox.
And it's also on Switch.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So yeah, definitely check those out if you ever get a chance. And, of course, we'll be going on to Wednesday with Star Wars X-Wing, of course, because right now we've been trying to gain ground on that particular game. I'm honestly hoping that more people check it out. It's always been very fun. And also, on the 16th, we'll be playing... I'm sorry, hold on, let me double check on this one. Yeah, Battlefront 2, that's on the 15th, that's tomorrow. So that's on Sunday. Monday is Lego Star Wars, The Complete Saga. And I'm switching, and we're going to be doing, Pod Racer on Thursday instead of Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be Star Wars Republic Commando, which...
that's a good one.
Oh, yeah, I'm hoping to go back to that game again. I haven't played in a while. So until then, you guys have any final words to say before we sign out?
No, I'm good.
If you don't enjoy what we do, I'm gonna find your lack of faith disturbing. Sorry, I'm a Darth Vader fanboy. I'm sorry. I couldn't.
Damn it! I should have used "Hello There" for the intro of this video. Damn it! I missed. I'll do it next time.
Okay.
Okay. So until then, I hope you all have an amazing day. I will see you all next time. This is Mr. Retroactive signing out. Everyone, have a great day, everybody.
Oh my.